And welcome back to the Most News in the Morning. President Obama laying out his plan for health care reform in a primetime speech to Congress last night. So how's it playing with rank-and-file Americans? Our Jim Acosta watched the speech with a couple of Virginia residents who put the president to the dial test. Jim Acosta is live in Washington this morning. So, what'd you find out?
Well, nobody shouted "you lie," Carol, which I guess was a positive sign. You know, our group had about 10 people in favor of Democratic reform efforts, 10 people against reform, and a handful who are up in the air. What we wanted to find out is whether the president is gaining supporters or losing them.
Which is it? Is it a personal issue? Who would say?
We asked the public opinion research firm of Luntz Maslansky to put together a focus group of roughly 30 Virginians, half Republican, half Democrat, for some real-time reactions to the president's speech. The participants turned up their dials for moments they liked, down for the parts of the speech they could do without.
Well, the time for bickering is over. The time for games has passed.
The group dialed it up when the president called for bipartisanship.
Now is the season for action. Now is when we must bring the best ideas of both parties together and show the American people that we can still do what we were sent here to do.
But those feelings didn't last. When the president batted down the false claim of death panels, a split emerged.
It is a lie, plain and simple.
As the president moved on to the public option, the idea of giving the uninsured the choice of joining a government plan.
But an additional step we can take to keep insurance companies honest is by making a not-for-profit public option available in the insurance exchange.
The two sides were still apart. So is everybody pretty much in agreement that we're seeing more hands now than we did before the speech? But in this room, the president had won a few converts.
He was very specific about what was going to be against the law, what was going to be required of insurance companies.
I'm thinking maybe some of it is emotional, some of it is rhetoric, some of it is just the fact that he's just such an impressive individual.
Or you want to go home and think about it.
Right.
The party loyalists in the crowd had their minds made up.
He could possibly pull it off, but it depends on what the bill says.
You're not buying it yet?
Not yet.
Folks are so skeptical because it says, I've heard this before. Barack Obama, you haven't seen before. This man can deliver.
Well, I think you have to give Obama a win.
Public opinion researcher Michael Maslansky believes the president helped his cause.
A lot of people in our group who said he needed to talk about specifics, and he gave people specifics.
The biggest applause line for Republicans in our focus group came when the president talked about malpractice reform. There were conservatives in the room, Carol, who did not see that one coming.
Well, the president scored on that one then. Jim Acosta live in Washington this morning. Thanks.